What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and I'm bringing you guys my breakdown video for the brand new Black Ops 2 trailer that was just released yesterday on May 1st. So, there's always a bunch of hidden stuff in these trailers and things that you may not see when you first watch it because things flash so quickly. But anyway, I wanted to go through it, let you guys know what I saw, and then also give you some outside information from a bunch of articles and stuff that I've read over the past 24 hours. So, check out the links in the description if you want to read any of those articles for yourself. But anyway, let's get into the trailer here. So, starting off, we see like some type of hovercraft. It's obviously just going to be in single player, but it kind of plays into the future aspect of the game. Now, this right here is pretty interesting. We have the quad rotor drone that we've heard so much about over the past couple of weeks, and actually up on the little rotor up there, it's actually nicknamed Charlene, like FPS Russia had called it in his video. I thought he had just been messing around, but apparently that's actually the name they're going to use for it, which is pretty cool. So be looking out for Charlene. I'm sure it'll be a multiplayer kill streak. Now, this right here, you're going to see a lot of this bad boy throughout this trailer, but it's actually called the Claw Tank, and it's like a four-legged tank that walks around. Again, this is one of those things where I'm sure it's just going to be in the campaign. I doubt they would put something like this in the multiplayer because, I don't know, I don't really want tanks or vehicles in the multiplayer. It seems kind of stupid to me. But moving on a little bit, we see a rocket launching, we see some planes. This thing right here is pretty important. Now, I think this is going to be an X-47 Pegasus. I'm not really sure because if you look at the real-life images, sometimes they're white, but sometimes they're black, no racial. But, you know, it still kind of looks like it. I'm not sure yet. We're going to talk more about the Pegasus later in the video because there's more information about it. But essentially, the Pegasus is going to be this game's equivalent of the Reaper, which is pretty exciting. So, we'll talk about that in a second. But, moving on just a little bit, you can see this kill streak is kamikazing into this building. So that makes me think, you know, what if you're in a kill streak and you decide you want to get out of it or you're almost going to get shot down? What if you can just dive bomb into people? Like, that would be really, really awesome. Or this could even be the equivalent of a Predator missile in this game. We're not sure yet, but it does seem pretty cool. I mean, rather than flying a little missile, you get to fly a little plane and blow stuff up, which is pretty exciting. But moving on just a little bit more, you're going to see this right here is the first-person view inside the quad rotor drone. And there's a couple things I wanted to point out. Number one, on the left side, tap LB to squad follow and hold LB to all follow. And this makes me think that at least in the campaign, you can control a whole fleet of these things rather than just one. And that might also even be in the multiplayer. So think about like a 5 kill streak and you get one of these things, but then if you get an 8 kill streak, you get 4 of them, or, you know, something cool like that. I don't know. Maybe it'd be overpowered. I'm not sure yet. But they certainly do look pretty fun to use. But anyway, moving on a little bit here, we're going to see that coming up right here is a huge hint at the campaign mode. And as you can see on this guy's arm, there's some sort of weird PDA GPS type thing. That's pretty cool. But look at the name on it. It's D. Mason. This is the name of the soldier we're going to be playing as. And it turns out we're going to be playing as David Mason, the son of Alex Mason from Black Ops, which is pretty cool. You know, we're keeping it in the family. And that's how they're going to kind of tie these two storylines together, even though they are 40 years apart. So I found that pretty interesting. Now, moving on just a little bit more, this I'm really, really excited about. So, although it just looks like it's some type of security thing, maybe at an airport or something, it kind of is showing the technology of being able to see through walls and see through things, right? Well, David Vonderhaar had tweeted in the past that he wants a way to wallbang campers, and a lot of people thought that that meant that there was going to be an attachment in the form of a kill streak. So, like, you get an 8 kill streak, you get to put an attachment on your weapon to where you can see through walls and shoot people, which I think would be pretty cool as long as it was a high enough kill streak so it wasn't OP. But I feel like this might be hinting at it because this is saying, yes, the technology is there. So, you know, maybe they will put it in multiplayer, which is exciting. You will have to wait and see, but I'm excited to get more details on that. Now, moving on a bit more planes, more explosions, you know, whatever. And boom, right here, we have the assault drone. There's something that looks exactly like it. So I assume it's going to be back in Black Ops 2. And, you know, why wouldn't it be a multiplayer kill streak? It was a lot of fun to use in Modern Warfare 3. Now, moving on just a little bit further, coming up here in a second, we're going to see something that greatly hints at where we're going to be playing in the campaign, and that's right here. So you can see down the bottom right, Los Angeles evac routes. This is going to be a main kind of setting for the game. The main conflict is the US and China, and they're fighting over precious like metals and resources and things like that. It's like a Cold War, and it looks like right here, the US is getting beat up pretty bad. I mean, the entire LA is on fire. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens, but I found that kind of cool that we're going to be fighting there, and then also it looks like we may be doing a little bit of fighting in the Middle East. Not sure, you know, that wouldn't really surprise me, but Anyway, helicopter crashing, that's awesome. Look at this right here. There's a QR code on the back of this pistol. I don't know if it has any meaning or any use. You know, I tried to scan it with my phone, it didn't work, but I found it pretty cool, and I'm hoping that you can customize your weapons like you could in Black Ops. But anyway, we see a couple guns here. We're going to talk about this gun in a second because we get a better shot of it. And then right here is a really important picture. So look at the soldier. He's holding an M16. You know, that's obvious. The M16 is going to be coming back. But in the back right, you can see there's a light that goes straight up into the sky. And what does that remind you of? To me, it looks like the mystery box light. Now, it could be just kind of like a lens flare from that explosion or that light that's going off back there. But I don't know. I want to believe it's a hint at zombies. You know, they have confirmed that zombies are coming back. So maybe this was just like a little teaser thing. I don't know. It could mean nothing. But, you know, it looks exactly like the mystery box light from back in Black Ops. So I don't know. I found that pretty cool. But anyway, moving on with the trailer here, this right here is pretty important. It looks like it's going to be like the Osprey gunner or the chopper gunner of this game. You're up in the air, it's flying around for you, you're shooting down at the ground, and I found the crosshairs kind of cool because they're light blue rather than being a shade of gray or white, which, you know, that's pretty cool that they're adding some color to the game. Now, just a little bit further, and we're going to see a quick little screenshot of this jet right here, and there's 3 other jets in front of it that are doing the exact same thing. They're all flying by, they're all dropping bombs. I'm thinking this might be the new version of the napalm strike from back in Black Ops. You know, the napalm strike was a jet that came in and dropped like 3 different bombs of napalm. This airstrike might be 4 jets that come in and drop bombs, and you know, kind of the same fashion. They all drop them in a slightly different place. It's in kind of a straight line. We'll have to wait and see, but I think it would be a pretty cool kill streak, and these planes look badass. But more explosions, more crazy stuff, and boom, right here. This is the gun I've been wanting to talk to you guys about. So we've seen this thing multiple times throughout this trailer, so it's probably going to be a pretty prominent weapon in this game. But the thing is, it's a super modern assault rifle, and it's really customizable. So there'll be a link in the description to the article about this, but apparently there are 3 different barrel sizes on it that you can swap out really easily, and there's this cool little diagram here. So you can see up top, just a normal assault rifle. Below that, shorten the barrel, take off the stock, looks like an SMG, and then below that, put a longer barrel on it, and then it looks like another assault rifle, and then below that, put an even longer barrel on it with a bipod, and it looks like an LMG. So I mean, this thing can take a bunch of different forms, and it makes me think maybe we can do that in this game. You know, maybe we can choose if we want a short barrel or a long barrel, and there's pros and cons with each ones that we choose, and it would really kind of give the created class function a lot more depth. I think that would be pretty cool. It's just a guess, but you know, judging by the fact that this gun is so customizable and it's so modern, that's what I think we may be able to see, but we'll have to wait and see until we get more multiplayer footage. But anyway, go ahead a couple of frames, and we're going to see right here, this guy that's being blown up is holding an AK-47, so that gun's going to be coming back. No surprise there. But as we move on, holy crap, there are horses. What in the world is going on? We've been seeing a bunch of future technology and tanks that walk and like spaceships and stuff, and now we're looking at riding on horseback. I don't even know what to think about that, but it's pretty cool. And how awesome would it be to have those things in multiplayer? You know, think about a big map being able to get from point A to point B faster. I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. But anyway, right here is another clear screenshot of a weapon. It looks like it's some type of an M249 SAW or some variant of that. I'm sure that gun will be back. It's a pretty popular LMG. And as we move on a little bit further, we're going to get some more explosions, some more horses, some more crazy stuff, and then boom, right here. Here's another screenshot of the Pegasus. So I mentioned this earlier in the video. You know, it was the big black plane. That's what she said. But I mean, this thing looks like it could be like the next Reaper or the next AC-130, because it looks like he's guiding that missile down to the ground, kind of like you did in the Reaper, but you can't really tell. You know, maybe it just shoots straight, just like the AC-130 does. But regardless, the X-47 Pegasus is probably going to be a kill streak, and it's probably going to be a pretty good one at that. So we'll have to wait and see for that. But anyway, moving on just a little bit farther, we're going to see this is another LMG. I'm not really sure what type this is. Some of you gun buffs might be able to tell me, but you know, it looks pretty cool. You know, it looks like there's going to be quite a few different types of guns in this game. Moving on just a little bit further, this right here is another screenshot of a weapon, and this is the last thing I wanted to show you guys. So it looks to me like this could be like a 3-barreled shotgun type thing. Like, look at the barrels on the end. It looks like they're in like a triangle formation, and the body of it looks kind of like a futuristic shotgun, but the scope on top looks like a sniper rifle. So maybe it's a 3-barreled sniper. I don't know. I can't really tell what this thing is, but it looks like a pretty badass weapon, and that's something that I'm really, really looking forward to in this game, because it's so far in the future that Treyarch can kind of make up some stuff. They can get creative. We can see some things that we've never seen before, and that's what's exciting about this Call of Duty. They are really, really, really switching it up, and I'm excited to see what they can make of it. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching this breakdown, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So I'll keep the Black Ops 2 information coming as it comes out, and I've also got a bunch of Modern Warfare 3 tips to give you guys over the next couple of weeks and months and whatever, because we still have to play that game for like 6 months. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed the video. Catch you all later. Check out one of the other 2 videos on the screen if you haven't seen them yet, and thanks for watching, guys. See ya.